We learn about the pattern. In technical studies, the patterns are being divided into two categories. One is your trend continuation pattern, other is your trend reversal pattern. So in this trend continuation pattern, the basic assumptions are made that if this uptrend is now continuing, so it should continue further. That is the meaning of your trend continuation pattern. And the trend reversal pattern says whenever your price actions is to move in a uptrend direction, at what price level it should give you a downtrend. So this is a visualization process. And in WD GAN's method, I have those who are having my book on WD GAN's method. There also I have given couple of mathematical technique to identify the pattern. WD GAN has extensively given the mathematical procedure for identifying the pattern. However, in this particular lecture, I'll be taking the mathematical aspect of a pattern, how you can understand a pattern, and how you can make a trend forecast using the pattern. So whenever I talk about this pattern, most of you would have observed the dominant analyst used to say, yes, I think it is a head and shoulder pattern has formed. I think it is a flag pattern has formed. I think it is a symmetric triangle pattern has formed. I think it is a pennant has formed. So all these patterns, whatever they used to say, that is through observation process. And the same people in the same price group, they used to say different names. Someone is saying that it is a double top, someone is to say triple top, someone says that no, it is a head and shoulder. So before going into this pattern, you must understand what this pattern is. So here, so price and time, if you plot in a graph sheet, it will give you some shape. This shape is uneven, it is not having any proper diagram, or we cannot say that whenever the price and time moves, it should always give you one uniform diagram. So this movement of price and time, if you plot in a graph sheet, the shape what you are forming on this graph sheet is known as your pattern. Always this movement should not be a pattern. So we have to take a small segment of this graph and chart. Then we need to study the area between this particular segment to identify the pattern. So what are the common mistakes we used to do while identifying a pattern? How many candles are needed to identify a pattern? That is, we never used to concentrate on that part. Often we ignore that. Pattern means whatever is visible in our eyes. It is not like that. We required one minimum number of candles, minimum number of price points to identify a pattern. That is first. We need to understand which pattern will work in intraday chart, which pattern will work in the long-term chart. This is also very, very important for a trader. This is also used to ignore. Like if I say the symmetric triangle pattern or any of the triangle pattern, it will not work in the intraday. Same way, your flag will not work in the intraday. Your cup and handle pattern will not work in the positional trade. Sorry, flag will not work in the positional trade. So these are the things is very important for a trader. As a trader, you need to understand which pattern will work for intraday trade, which pattern will never work for the intraday. Here, we used to say that I was saying that how many candles is minimum required for a pattern. That is very important. We need to investigate which which one is the best pattern for intraday. And other things about the pattern, what this pattern, whenever we do study in this pattern, what it reveals, what information it gives us. So first, this pattern itself is a very ambiguous subject and it is difficult to decode the actual arithmetic of this pattern. It is very difficult to decode. And it speaks about the trader's behavior. And you can able to validate certain patterns, you can able to validate mathematically. Certain patterns you will not be able to validate mathematically. Who invented these patterns? Whenever we talk about the oscillators, indicators, some of the experts, some of the scientists has developed it. But these patterns have never been invented by anyone. It is by the traders. Traders have invented it. And many patterns what some experts used to speak on, those patterns have never been documented anywhere else. And in W.D. Gann's literature, you will see maximum rules associated with the patterns only he is the one person who has given. And in Elliott study also to validate the patterns, many fine tunings is being done in the Elliott study. Elliott has 13 patterns. So whenever I'll be conducting that Elliott wave studies, that time I will talk about these 13 patterns. Elliott wave study has 13 different patterns. So this is what is the pattern is. So here the most common pattern which forms on the intraday chart, which works in the intraday chart, that pattern I am going to describe. One pattern is known as your trend continuation pattern, which is a flag pattern. Whenever we talk about a flag pattern, as the name suggests, it is just like a flag. So if you draw two trend lines tilting towards your right hand side, means this is your tilting towards your right hand side. This is called your bullish flag pattern. Whenever you draw two trend lines tilting towards your left hand side, this is known as your bearish flag pattern. This pattern has a great accuracy for estimating the intraday trend. And in this pattern, what you used to do? So once you draw these two trend lines, these 2 points here and here, these 2 points of the things if you take and you just plot it, this distance is known as the height of the channel, or this is known as the channel of your flag. This is the high, this is the last high. So whenever you are drawing these two lines, trend lines, the upper trend lines you will be drawing by joining the candle highs, lower trend lines you will be drawing by joining the candle lows. This is how you will form this flag pattern. It is not necessary that all candles will fall within that. If one or two candles are going above that, no problem at all. Because that uniformity of making these things is very difficult. So this is just an approximation you have to draw. Then what is the rule associated with this? So whenever we talk about how we can identify the trend, at the height of the channel to the last height, that will be the flag breakout point. So here your last high is this one. This is your last high here. If you add this one with the height of the channel, height of the channel. So this price, whatever the price will move, that will give you the breakout. Once the breakout comes, there is a high which has resulted this flat pattern. In this high, if you add the height of the channel, so that is your optimum target, this flat pattern. So this is what the flat patterns arithmetic is. If the breakout happens, then the target will be there. What is the formation rules? What is the rules of forming the flat pattern? At least 8 candles should be utilized for forming this particular pattern. At least minimum 8 candles. If you have slightly more number of candles, it will be better. If you are using 1 minute chart, 2 minute chart, 5 minute chart, whatever may be, but for forming this flat pattern, you require minimum 8 candles. And if you are using the daily, weekly, monthly price charts, then 8 days or 8 weeks or 8 months, minimum that much things is required. And this flat channel, whenever you are forming means this two parallel lines you are doing, you must see that these two parallel lines must touch at least 4 candle heights. This must touch at least 4 candle lows. Other 4, if it is falling slightly out of these parallel lines or out of this channel, it is okay. But 4 points must lie on these two lines. And these lines must be parallel. Otherwise, it will be considered as a pennant. It will not be considered as a flat. So this is the arithmetic of a flat pattern, and this is a very frequently occurred pattern. This is not a remote pattern. This is a very frequently formed pattern. This pattern is very frequent. So now you have to see something in the example, because it is a so it's so whenever we talk about that using the this GoToWebinar means drawing tool. So this is first line I have drawn, and same way candle low I have to draw. So at least 4 points I should pass through, and at least 8 candles I require. So if it is more number of candles, it is better. So if this is the flag I am getting. So first, this once I am forming this channel, how I'll identify these things? Just the drawing is not important. So you have to identify the channel here. So here, for identifying the channel, just take your cursor here. So we have started from a point for this particular candle. The high was 8011. For this particular candle, the high was 8011, and for this particular candle, the low was any of the middle low you have to take. So for this, the low is 7963. So for this particular candle, if I say this is the candle which is forming this channel, so high 8011, 7911 is the, you can say, low of this particular candle. So slightly if I can move here, so say this is my first point I am touching, this is the second point I am touching, this is the third, this is the fourth. So this is the lowest channels I am forming. So say this is the second channel. First is here, second is here. First one is low is 7999, high is 8011. Here the low is 7980. So just take the first candle high, the first point. This is the first point. So similar way, if you can get, this is the second point you can get. So this you may not touch. So this will be the third point you may get. This is the fourth point you can get. Fourth, if that is not, then this one. So similar way, this is the first point. of your trend line. You may not cross this one. This is the second, this is the third, and preferably this will be your fourth. So if this is the your trend lines and this is the minimum 4 points you are getting, then you have to first find out what is the channel height. So finding out the channel height, first you focus on the first one and you select on the second one here. First one you have to leave it. First and second you can take. So that will be approximately, it will give you the channel height, and it may not be the exact pricing because this process itself is a visualization process. So we cannot bring that much of accuracy into that. So first height is 8011, 8011 and 7974. So 7974, 7974 and 8011. So this is what we have got. 8011 and 7974. So this is the price points you have got. Subtract it. So 24, 25 point, 26 point is rounding it to 8000 and 11. 26 plus 11, 36, 37 points. So your channel height is 37 points. Now move to the lowest low what it has given, and here this is the lowest low it has come 7952, and this candle the last high is 7969. So here only the prices are visible, 7969. So this is where my flag is ending, 7969. So if I say here 7969 was my last high, 7969, and I had to add 37 points into it. So this 37 point gives me 6 and 0. So this is 1. So this is 0 and 7. So this is 8. So this is telling me once the price move above 8006, then my trend will be up. And if that trend uptrend happens as per this flat pattern, then I can move to the high which is 8011. So on 8011, on 8011, I need to add 37. So this will be coming as 80804. So for a flat trend continuation pattern, 8066, my trend is up, and once it moves beyond that, then 8048 will be like that. And this flat pattern is a very common pattern. I have demonstrated in the 5-minute chart. You can see in the 1-minute chart it works very wonderfully in the stock market. And if you are expert in drawing those different lines and different triggers you can put in your chart, then it will be more appropriate for you to estimate the trend as per the flag pattern. And this flag is a very easiest pattern, and it is one of the most beautiful pattern, always happens on the price chart. And this is highly appropriate for the intraday trader. So likewise, many patterns arithmetic I have given in my book on the technical analysis. So there, those who are having this book, if you just browse through that book, you will get that most of those patterns arithmetic I have given in its original essence. Similar way, you have a head and shoulder pattern, which is a trend reversal pattern. And if you look into other pattern called cup with handle pattern, that is a pattern which is uh, which is highly applicable for the intraday trade also. It is a trend confirmation pattern. So cup with handle pattern, if you just see, so normally it will give you a bell shape for bell shape for. So this is how the cup and handle pattern says. So first you will get a bell shape for. So and wherever you have started, again you will be going to that same point. Then after that there will be a small correction, and that correction must be a flag. Means 8 candles should be there and it will be giving you a flag. So If this kind of one pattern forms, then we can say that this is a copy handle pattern. And this pattern, if it is forming, you have to handle height, you have to find out, cop height you have to find out, and there is a rule that retracement should happen in the 1/3 of the time. If the cop formation takes 1 hour time, then 1/3, 20 minutes time itself, the handle should form. So then means the volume also is very quite important, and pattern breakout will be top height plus handle height. Target will be breakout point plus top height. So this is how we should calculate. So this is also a pattern, but it is not that frequent. But flag pattern is a very frequent pattern, and that pattern is highly varying. So much about this topic handle pattern I will say in my next part of my lecture. So before that, some announcements I have to make. So as all of you know, this is a 1 month program. Today you are joining the fourth day of the event. And next week event is again starting from the next week's event is starting from the 5th of October. 5th of October, and that day 5th you will be learning trend reversal pattern, then indicators, candlesticks, Fibonacci, and short-term investment and biggest decisions. These are the topics for the second week. Third week we are having Elliott study, Gann's pair of 9, intraday principles, very important concepts of IV, option IV, and fourth week many difficult processes of our pair trade, delta neutral strategy, and other things. So if you have not joined or not registered for the next week event, just visit our website, and with the seminar link you will get all details and register there. That is the first announcement I wish to make. So second, in smart finance domain we have 10 to 11 products, and here all products are being given, and the concept of technical analysis what you are studying, so that is available in this technical analysis course. In the past 2 days, whatever the concept you are learning, it is there in this technical analysis course. And many of you in the past 3 days have requested me to give some discounts on some of the intraday softwares and all. Many of you used to use that software. So this is smart IT software which we have just commit, which has all our intraday positional tools, including pair trade tool, including the advanced options too. So, so that tool, but we have brought in that. So that tool which is 8,500. So since many of you have shown your interest in that particular tool, many emails I have got. So for that, as a webinarian, we are offering you the discount to purchase that particular tool, and this discount will be valid till 4th of October, till 4th of October, first, second, third, fourth. So till 4th of the October, the discount will be valid, and the discount amount will be 1000 rupees less. So current price is 8,500. You can get that particular product at 7,500. So, and it also has a two user license policy. Two user, it costs you 10,000 rupees, and that too also will give you 1,000 rupees. So this discount feature, whatever we are giving, it is only for this particular product. Many of you have asked for some discount on this. This has all our intraday positional features. Option strategy is not there. JV software, option pair software. This also comes with the book on WD GANs method. This is also given in this particular product, which has 34 intraday trading techniques. So the price as the webinarian, you will be getting at 7,500. Two user license for two people can utilize at 10,000. However, there also you can get 1,000 rupees discount. So to avail this, you may call to our sales number. So that payment gateway will not be available in the site. Need to call in this number and inform them, then only we can send you those payment gateway. This is the announcement at night. The things. How many of you please vote there? So we should understand each other. So simply I am talking about patterns. That doesn't visualization patterns, documented patterns are 35. Out of that, 13 are from the Ilya studies, 4 to 5 from the Fibonacci studies. Fibonacci studies patterns are that big M pattern, big W pattern. So these are the Fibonacci studies. So when we talk about the Ilya study patterns, zigzag pattern. So there also you have uh, means symmetric triangle pattern, asymmetric triangle pattern. So all these patterns also are there in the Ilya study. Whenever we are talking about the visualization patterns, flat, pennant, head and shoulder. Then you have triple top, triple bottom, top with handle, all these things are there. But whenever we talk about the candlestick pattern, like your spinning top is a pattern. You have a black cloud cover. So rising three, falling three, these are the candlestick patterns. So that is 180, that is difficult to expertise, but these are the patterns will be very easy to exercise. And out of this, only quite few patterns, like a tag is a pattern, copy handle is a pattern. This is the frequent patterns. It will happen in the chart every day basis, and this will also help you a lot in making a trade decision. Suppose so, what is so? If you say me that whether I should use this one standard deviation formula, or I should use these patterns, or I should use any of the Fibonacci studies or anything for my means trade decisions, then definitely I will say that anyone you should use, anyone you should use. And this, since it is visualizations, we can just have a simple drawing and have some specific estimations and get that. And what is the success rate of this? When we talk about other things and patterns, patterns have a maximum success rate of 60%. Any pattern you follow, 60% it has the maximum. If you do it thoroughly, then your achievement is only 60%. Maximum you can achieve, not beyond that. But it is easy, so you will not, if you are not available with the pen and paper to do all the computation, then you just draw a few lines and just estimate something. So that is about the pattern. And I'm asking the question where I can put the stop loss as per the flag pattern. So you have calculated the pattern breakout as the last high added with the channel high. As I told, 4 minimum points are required to, higher points is required to draw this trend line. 4 lower points are required to draw this trend line. But minimum 8 candles should be there. So if this is the high, this is the high, the first low you have to leave, first point you have to leave. The second point where this lower side trend line is touching. So from there, this high and this low difference is your channel height. This channel height you have to add with the last height to get the pattern breakout, and if the breakout happens, this high added with the channel height will be your ultimate target. So if this the breakout happens, then your stop loss will be this last high. This is a bullish flag pattern tilting towards the right hand side. Similar way, if it is tilting towards the left hand side, so this is called as your bearish flag pattern. There the last low, whatever the last low you will get here, minus the channel height will be your pattern breakout. And similar way, the if the panel breakout means if the channel breakout happens, then you have to take a cognizance from the lowest low. So this is the this is the flag pattern in the downward direction. This will be your second candle. So from here you have to subtract the channel height to get the breakout, and the lowest low, whatever the lowest low will be there, from there you have to subtract the channel height to get the targets.